Well, I want to make Ethan Mao because I was, first of all, I was always attracted to teen films, and I want to make a teenage movie, and I want to make a gay teenage movie. And on top of that, I've always been attracted to like the whole Rabo genre, like, you know, Chocolate War, and just, you know, being a Rabo as a teenager always was always like a big influence on me as growing up. So I just thought I want to make a teenage movie, a gay teenage movie, and then a gay teenage Rabo movie.
What I really think the movie is, at its heart, is a love story between Ethan and Romeo. And Ethan's journey, he goes from a point in his life where he doesn't know what love is because he's been victimized in his first gay sexual relationship with the man that he meets online.
Just relax. Let me do all the work.
Ethan's kind of jaded. He's just searching for unconditional love. He ends up hustling the streets, you know, as a prostitute, male prostitute, and meets a love interest who isn't really a love interest for him at first. It's just he's kind of using this individual who is Romeo, and it's what he was looking for, you know, someone who really loves him in every sense, no matter what happens.
Can I ask you a favor? Tell me about it. I need to go back to my parents' house and get some stuff. Can you give me a ride? Sure.
Cool. In a Thanksgiving Day, we had a trip out of the state, and then surprisingly, he comes back home.
I help him go back to his house, which he got kicked out of because he's going back to find his mother's necklace.
His mother passed away, and all he has left is this picture of her, and he really wants to get this necklace, which is the only thing that kind of holds him to her. It was a gift from Ethan's dad, but the only gift he ever got her, and it's just tangible, something that he can have for his own. So he goes back, also steals money.
As we're in the midst of looking for these things, Ethan's parents come home, and that causes a lot of tension, and that's kind of where the movie really starts to really come alive. And what else are you to do? You know, you're already caught in the act. So, you know, we end up taking them hostage.
Well, Thanksgiving Day has always been a very peculiar and strange holiday for me because I'm Canadian, but we have a different Thanksgiving. And I remember when I first came to US for college at Berkeley, Thanksgiving was a strange holiday because everyone on campus went away and I was the only one stuck in the dorms. And so that Thanksgiving holiday always reminds me of a level of loneliness and homelessness. So that was sort of why I decided to set, you know, Ethan Mao on Thanksgiving Day, where you felt there was this kind of like strange emotional pain, you know, for a character who leaves home or who is homeless, you know, have no home to go to for Thanksgiving. And it becomes ironic when he actually goes home and ends up having to hold up his family.
Hello, May. It's Abe here. Yeah, something came up and we're not coming over anymore.
And then from there, there's just a lot of things you figure out about each other. You know, Ethan, the relationship with his parents. You know, Ethan's relationship with Romeo.
I think Ethan Mao is also a family drama, because it deals with a lot about family dysfunction. Every family has its problems, and every family has to have a point where they confront these sort of conflicts with one another. And I think this film really is really good at dramatizing that by creating this sort of fantasy scenario with the hostage situation.
You know, the film's just about, you know, communication or lack thereof. It just shows that, you know, through this movie you find that everyone has like these pent-up like emotions, a lot of angst and anger, but really if they'd have just talked it out, you know, like it wouldn't have had to come to this hostage drama scene.
There's so many different levels to the film. You know, there's different relationships. There's the relationship between Romeo and Ethan. This kind of, on my part, this kind of unrequited love in the beginning. And then there's a relationship between Ethan and his stepmother, which was because of her that his dad found out. So, you know, that adds a lot of, you know, different levels to that relationship in itself. And then you have the relationship between Ethan and his father, who his dad did kick him out because he was gay. So there's definitely that comes into play.
We don't talk much, and whatever he has been doing, I don't know, but just that one day I find out he's gay, and reading the gay magazine, that's really embarrassed the whole family, So he got really upset. So I guess he doesn't know how to deal with it, and just saying, hey, I don't allow you being gay in this family. So if
you really understand you're not my son, and you gotta live somewhere else.
My sister, when she was, in 1920, she had a fight with my stepmom, and out of that fight, she ended up leaving home. I couldn't exactly remember what went on, and I couldn't exactly talk about what went on without accusatory feelings. But in my imagination, she was kicked out of the house by my stepmom. So that was sort of the inspiration of the story.
The movie definitely gives a lot of examples of just relationships in general, and how they can work out and how they could fall apart, and how you can move on from them or learn from them.
It's a family problem that happens to everyone because of the family lack of communications, and then all the problems piled up, and then there's an explosion. And people really can relate to it because I think they have same kind of experience one way or the other. I hope this is also another message to the audience that they would understand, okay, our communication is very important in the family.